Every so often, a major breakthrough occurs in human development. Something so revolutionary that it changes the face of an entire field of study. Einstein's theory of relativity was such a breakthrough in physics, while Dmitri Mendeleev made a comparable contribution to chemistry when he created the first table of periodic elements. Today, we are looking at an equally revolutionary breakthrough in the field of performance enhancement and preventative healthcare, pioneered by quantum science technology. First, there was the computer, then the internet, and now mobile devices are exploding in the market and surpassing everyone's wildest expectations. And did you know that there are more mobile devices on Earth than there are people? This mobile device revolution has impacted the healthcare sector, offering tremendous benefits and opportunities. Skyrocketing healthcare costs and the addiction epidemic to pharmaceuticals has spawned a new era of proactive and preventative self-care. Medical application apps are one of the fastest growing sectors in healthcare industry. Everyone carries a smartphone, so why not take advantage of the most profound mobile app that can help you improve your health and wellness today? The fact is this: we transform our life's desires by the small habits we put into action every day. And if you've explored the App Store, you know there are thousands of apps that aim to empower your smartphone to change behaviors, to manage your health, and all of the health conditions array. But only a handful of apps can actually analyze or perform a test of any sort, and even fewer apps can only analyze and balance the human energetic biofield. Yep, you guessed it. There's an app for that, and it will become your most positive phone addiction ever. I'll share more about this incredible 4D world that you can enter and have a blast learning about shortly. So, what's the Genius app? The Genius Insight Health app is designed to analyze and balance the human biofield based upon your unique voice signature. Quantum Health app has over 15 years of experience in quantum biofeedback industry and is the first and only company to bring quantum biofeedback to your very smartphone. A healthcare revolution in the palm of your hands is how Ryan Williams, owner of Quantum Health Apps, describes his invention, the Genius Insight app. Imagine a small handheld device that can analyze your wellness and then tone your body using energetic signatures and frequencies, all from your very own mobile device. Sound interesting? So let's enter the fourth dimension on the history and real-time solutions when you apply this no-brainer modern-day life-hacking technology. So, how does this wonderful quantum biofeedback technology work? Unlike traditional biofeedback instruments that measure the stress response according to the psychological parameters, like your brain waves, your heart rate, or galvanic skin responses, the Genius Insight seeks to determine your stressors identified through your voice signature pattern. Once your stressors have been identified, the intelligence on the mobile device has the ability to generate specific frequencies or tones via the device to help restore balance and harmonize. It's a modern-day approach by aligning ancient wisdom principles and evidence-based energy medicine today. The root of energy medicine, which the Genius Insight Health app is based upon, goes back to Ayurvedic medicine, Chinese medicine, acupuncture, and many, many other ancient healing disciplines. But unfortunately, Orthodox medicine all too readily discounted the validity of these approaches because of their disbelief and personal inability to repeat and replicate the results in a scientific setting, only to create more fear and a nice long path to endless short-term fixes and pharmaceuticals. Isn't it interesting that ancients like Samos had determined that the Earth revolved around the Sun and calculated the approximate distance between two bodies the size of the Earth in around the year of 250 BC, some 1900 years before Galileo made his noteworthy discoveries? It took the invention of the telescope to validate the work, and even through the church diligently suppressing Galileo's discoveries, the clerics eventually had to yield to the evidence that was now plainly observable by the telescope. So here's a little bit more about medical device history. In the field of medicine, there are a host of devices that have allowed us to measure and understand the flow of energy throughout the body. Among these are the electrograph, the EEG, the EKG, the EMG, and the galvanic skin response meter, GSR, and numerous others. The Genius Insight technology stands on a foundation of scientific breakthroughs of several paradigm-shifting pioneers. We are indebted to Niboyet, who discovered the acupuncture meridian nodes. Voll discovered that each acupuncture point had a unique response when a small current was applied, and these variations were further influenced by their locations along the meridians. Burr found voltage potential variations in the energy field around living plants and animals, while Lukowski, Nodon, and Cryo were all pioneers in detecting the biological radiation field that surrounds all living organisms. In the 1970s, Becker showed the living organisms propagate an electrical field which alters depending on whether cells are healthy or in dis-ease. He also discovered that electrical current is conducted through the body along unknown channels that correspond in location to the acupuncture meridians. All right, so what is all of this telling us? Energy medicine has been around for a very long time, and there are various methods to determine the electrical parameters of the human body. An allopathic medical viewpoint is that the human body is comprised of chemical properties, such as sodium, potassium, etc. However, energy medicine views the body as an electrical circuit comprising of voltage, amperage, and resistant measurements. And when it's comprised, there is a short circuit within the body, and by applying the correct electrical stimulation patterns, this can literally jumpstart the body to begin its own innate natural healing processes. So in the field of physics, Popp and his colleagues constructed a device which measured the electromagnetic field energy that's radiating from the body's cells. And they showed that each of every single cell within the body possessed a resonant frequency of emitted electromagnetic waves, and each was capable of communicating with the other cells using many different wavelengths. So understanding the profound healing implications of all of these developments, Morel introduced bioelectric input signals to the body, which then processes the signals and transmitted outputs that different assembly depending on whether they had passed through the healthy or unhealthy tissues of an organ. Healthy improvements were found to have occurred when the pathogenic signal was inverted and fed back. Next, Hulda Clark, refining the earlier work of the Rife on cellular resonance, was able to identify specific resonant frequencies, a broad variety of pathogens including molds, bacteria, worms, mites, and other parasites, and developed other frequencies that would actually break down the cell walls of these parasites, thereby destroying them. Other notable women of our time that are brought forth tremendous research is Sherry Edwards with bioacoustic sound healing, and Candace Pertz showing our body holds trauma in our cellular memory. So embodying these accepted technology breakthroughs, coupled with the tremendous advancements in the computer industry, various pioneers began developing computer-based stress detection systems. Computerized stress detection and body scanning devices have occupied the biofeedback industry for well over 30 years. And these devices would record subtle, reactive information, stress potentialities, and these all provide the client during the assessment procedure. The computer would then evaluate such responses, and the challenge is in the body and the own natural defense mechanisms by encouraging energetic balance and harmony feedback loops. With great precision and proven success, today's thousands and thousands of practitioners have adopted this new modality, and so the industry of quantum biofeedback was born. These non-invasive quantum biofeedback devices combined the elements of biofeedback, Rife technology, stress reduction, homeopathic medicine, electroacupuncture, computer technology, and quantum physics offers to support me, the compassionate practitioner, with real-time insights for you and your current state of health that has literally never been seen or done before. The work of electromagnetic level by reducing the stresses on the body caused by food toxins, our environment, our genetics, and our everyday fast-paced stress lifestyle. Then it feeds back correct impulses at a nanosecond with the computer speed to help harmonize. So, where does the Genius Insight app fit into the mix? Anyone can have access to quantum biofeedback on their mobile device. This includes the iPhone, your iPad, iPod Touch, and Android devices. There are many forms of biofeedback used in the personal development and natural alternative health industry today. You may have heard of HeartMath or Brain Balance. There is also a high-tech biofeedback technology that does much of what the Genius app now does, but can cost up to an excess of $20,000, let alone the trickle-down price to the consumer at a minimum of $1,500 for a session package. There is a reason why mobile devices are called smartphones, and there's always a path that is now accessible to the person that desires to get clear and live a proactive life when it comes to their mind, body, and health. I'll even throw beauty into that mix. So, how does the Quantum Genius app actually work? A cornerstone of the Genius Insight app rests within the realm of sound research. Everything is a frequency, all resonating at the various speeds at any given time. And we know that electrons are always moving and vibrating, which means that everything on the physical, the mental, and emotional realm is in a constant state of vibration. This leads us to conclude that all matter, including herbs, pharmaceutical, and even food, vitamins, and minerals, and other nutrients could be examined from a frequency perspective. So this theory is called bioresonance, and it is based upon energy medicine principles. Using the principles of energy medicine to help balance the human biofield, you would need to alter the frequency patterns of the individual by means of light, sound, or even an electromagnetic level. And sound frequency, therefore, offers much more information about the human biofield that we are just starting to now begin to understand. And the evidence of sound research indicates that your unique energetic voice pattern can be a great indicator to your very own health and vitality and its vital force. So according to Dr. Tomatis, among others, the voice is not able to reproduce what the ear cannot hear. Perhaps the ear cannot hear what the brain cannot generate. There is evidence that the brain, in addition to being a master chemist, is a very complex tone generator and commands the system of the body through frequency. Just think of how sound impacts our daily lives. Clinical research has validated that listening to classical music may improve your IQ. Moms are to be wise to play soothing classical music to their newborn babies. And music and chanting and drumming all support the notion of how sound can alter our well-being. Equally, surrounding yourself with someone who is depressed versus someone who is upbeat in their words may also shift your current state of health. We now know that your voice may change according to your mind, your body, and spiritual state of being. As the brain produces specific waveforms patterns, so does your voice produce a very complex waveform pattern, which may contain a great deal of frequency information. So the Genius Insight process is a safe one, it's gentle, and the most non-invasive approach. And here is what happens when I perform your harmonizing session with the Genius app and give you your stress analysis. I begin with entering your name and date of birth into the Genius Insight app. I then have the client speak into the mobile device, and the client will repeat the following statement: A-E-I-O-U, followed by a positive base statement or something that you want to focus on for your session for that week. And your mobile device will record your voice and file a complex wave pattern. And once the wave pattern has been recorded, mathematical calculations and algorithms are applied to this voice signature to enable data analysis. A fast Fourier algorithm is further applied to simplify the wave pattern. Now, this audio waveform is then compared against a myriad of energetic signatures or frequencies ranging from herbs, toxins, viruses, bacteria, and much more. Depending on how the voice responds or resonates with the various energetic signatures may determine the body's responses to these items. The testing process is similar to that of a traditional stress test, whereby the client is stressed and their reaction to this individual stress is monitored. In the exact same way, the voice wave file will be stressed by the respective energetic frequencies or signatures, and their responses will be recorded and then tabulated in easy-to-view charts and graphs for you, the client. If these stressors are not resolved, the symptoms may reappear. And imbalances usually begin at the cellular level, progressing to the tissue, then to the organs, and it may involve the whole system. Once these stressors have been identified, the practitioner, myself, is now able to send you your frequencies and introduce you to the frequencies and with a non-stressed physical and emotional environment to experience them. These frequencies can be in the form of a recommended homeopathic solution. Perhaps you have essential oils at home that may come up on your test that show that would be of use for you over that week's period. Electroacupuncture or meridian points that you can possibly take to your acupuncturist and have them focus on those specific areas, and even stress points in your spine that you can bring to your chiropractor to focus on as well. And there's a myriad of different vitamin panels, emotional panel, spiritual panel. All of these different panels will create a baseline for you that you can test from week to week and apply natural, safe, non-invasive, naturopathic balancing. So, is this a perfect science? It seems like it could be, but I'd have to say that it's not. And we may make no claims accordingly. While sound analysis and bioresonance is still very at its early stages, the results and the anecdotal evidence have been very encouraging. And boundless testimonials bear witness and testament to the benefit of both bioresonance and sound-based therapy. And I want you to experience the peace of mind when you're making your investment to the incredible, invisible aspects of your life that are literally brought to the forefront of your phone. So, what do some of these baseline tests involve? Stress may be a result from a large number of factors, including the thoughts and self-doubt that block perceptual awareness, nutritional deficiencies, inadequate intake of water or oxygen, toxic stress factors such as funguses, bacteria, viruses, and chemical agents, the presence of heavy metals, prescription drugs and other synthetic compounds, geographic stressors such as parasites or allergens, a genetic predisposition, and biofield contamination from radiation, microwaves, EMFs, and computer output. The Genius Insight views all illnesses as an energetic disturbance. Every cell has an energetic pattern. Different cell types all have different energy patterns and transmissions, as do healthy and dysfunctional cells. Each organ, each energy meridian, each chakra, each emotion processes a characteristic of a pattern and a distinctive electromagnetic waveform. So physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual dysfunction disturbs these certain energy patterns. So healing takes place through energetic intervention. And these waveforms stimulate the body's own healing mechanisms. And when the body is provided with true, healthy energy patterns, inverted pathogenic and disease patterns are literally canceled out, reducing their disruptive effects and fascinating the natural, energetic healing processes back into the body. So let's bring it all together. One of the key objectives that the Genius Insight has tackled is the need to de-energize unhealthy patterns, utilizing positive input to cancel the negative, dysfunctional imprints in our mind, body, and emotional and spiritual health. And by utilizing a similar principle to the technology of noise cancellation in airport headphones, it is possible to muffle and to nullify unhealthy patterns by introducing inverted waveforms. And this gives us the ability to deprogram the reaction to an allergen, for example, as well as to reinforce the body's own defenses, which normally are minimized from the ill reaction. And these methods are not restricted to external substances. All aspects of us have a positive, subtle energy and wellness signature. This includes our mental states and emotional states, as well as the technology is equipped to work with the brainwave patterns and reducing addictions. And just as exciting as its ability to relieve symptoms, it also has the ability to prevent them by neutralizing conditions before they manifest physically. Now, I know most of us have a spot in our heart that we've been affected by someone who has had a disease or has died of cancer or is a cancer survivor. So to be able to address this underlying fear of what's going on underneath the skin or underneath the table, so to speak, we're able to verify and see what's going on at the metaphysical level through the app Genius.